You can decide how many pixels your draggable element should move each time it is dragged. The name of the option is grid and its value should be represented as an array. That is an array of two values to specify how many pixels the element should move in each axis. That is, if you want to move the element 50 pixels in the x-axis and 100 pixels in the y-axis, you should put it in an array. So let's see how we can do that. I have already made these two elements draggable, so you can drag it the way you want. Okay, now we are going to specify how many pixels these elements should move when it is dragged. So the name of the option is grid. So as it is an option, we need to put it in curly braces, grid, and its value should be configured as an array. So array, and I'm going to set 50, 100 means when we try to drag this first box, it will move 50 pixels towards x-axis and 100 pixels towards y-axis. Let's see how it is moving. This is the one. So let me try to drag this. See, it is moving 50 pixels when I try to move like this. See, and when I try to move like this, it is jumping 100 pixels in the vertical direction. So when you set value to grid option, you will not be move it in the diagonal direction, isn't it? You are able to move it either in the horizontal or in the vertical directions only. When you try to move it in the horizontal direction, it moves 50 pixels each time, and when you try to move it the other way, it moves 100 pixels every time. And suppose I want to set some values for the second div element as well. So let me copy this and paste it over here. And suppose I try to make this 200 and this one 400. Okay. Now how will it move? See, it is jumping this much because we have set the pixels like 200 and 400 pixels. Okay. Now suppose I change this to 0 and this value to 100. What will happen? We are setting the value that it should move towards x-axis as 0. Means it will not move in the x-axis, that is horizontally, and it will move only in the vertical direction. So this is similar to setting the value for axis as y, isn't it? When you set the value of axis to y, it will move only in the vertical direction. Similarly, when you set the value of grid to be 0, 100, it is allowed to move only in the vertical direction. So let's see that. Refresh. Let me try to move it. See, it is not moving, whereas it will move in the vertical direction, and each time it will jump 100 pixels. So this way you can specify how many pixels the element should move each time it is dragged, and the name of the option is grid.